Hello, my name is Michelle and I will be your facilitator through this unit standard.
Introduction to computers. Outcomes covered in this session will be getting familiar with your computer, Windows Explorer, working with files, and how to copy, cut, and paste files. Now let's get familiar with our computer. The first thing you'll need to do is to turn it on. You look for the on button. In my case, it's in the top right hand corner, and you turn your computer on. Now you'll notice the keyboard is what we know as the QWERTY keyboard. The name comes from the order of the first 6 keys on the top left letter row of the keyboard. QWERTY, it spells out QWERTY. You'll very quickly get familiar with the order of the letters on your keyboard and you'll be typing away in no time at all. You'll also notice above the top row of letters are your numbers 1 through to 0. You'll also be using your caps lock key. You push your caps lock key down and your typing will all be in capital letters. If you want it to come off caps lock, you just push the key again. Now if you only want your first letter of your word to be a capital letter, you hold down the shift button together with the letter that you are wanting to have capitalized. You'll also be working with your space bar. This will give you spaces between your words when you're typing. Another key to get familiar with would be your enter key. Your enter key is used between paragraphs. It is also used if you're searching for something and you type it in and you hit the enter key and it'll take you for what you're searching for. Great, now we are familiar with the basics of our keyboard. If you're just starting out with Windows, learning how to navigate your desktop is a great way to start. Look at the desktop, which is a screen in front of you. Here it includes a desktop background, also known as wallpaper. At the bottom, you'll find your taskbar. This will include a couple of shortcuts. It also includes the Start button. As you'll notice, the Start button looks like a little Windows icon and is normally found in the left bottom corner of your screen. If you click on the Start button, a list of your applications will appear. Now to navigate out of this menu, you take your cursor, you put it on your desktop, and you click once, and this will return you back to your desktop. You'll also notice that you'll have your Microsoft Windows applications as shortcuts on your desktop. Here I have Outlook, PowerPoint, Word, and Excel. To go into an application, you just click the application you are wanting to use and it will open up. Now we're not going to work with this right now, so I want to navigate my way out of it. I go to the top right hand corner to the X and I click and it takes me back to my desktop. If you're looking for something and you cannot find it, you can also use your search toolbar at the bottom of the screen. You click in it, you start typing Microsoft Word, and a list of your applications will appear. Here you can say see Word and you just click on it once again, it will open up for you. And there it is. Let's navigate back out of it again, as we're not going to be working with it right now. Once again, we just go to your top right hand corner, click on the X, and it'll take you back to your desktop. Great. Now that's a great way to start, and now you know the basics of navigating your desktop. Right, now that we know how to navigate our way around our desktop, let's create our first folder. Take your cursor down to the Start button. This time we right-click once and a new menu will appear. Look for File Explorer, right-click, and wait for the screen to appear. There we go. Good. On the left-hand side, you'll see a menu. Look for Documents. Left-click on Documents. Navigate your way to the top bar and look for the icon that says New Folder. Left double-click on New Folder, and you will notice that New Folder is created at the bottom of your screen. Now, we don't want to just keep it as New Folder. We want to name it whatever we want to name it. Today, I have decided to name my folder ABC. I type in ABC and I left click once, and you will notice my folder returns to the top, ABC. The reason it goes to the top is because all the folders I have are listed alphabetically. Right, now if I notice I've made a spelling mistake or I want to change the name of my folder, I can do so by left clicking on the folder. I navigate down the menu where it says Rename Folder, and I left click, and as you can see it's highlighted again, and I can change the name. I'm going to change it to A, B, C, D. There we go. And I left click again and my folder name has been changed. Well done, we've just created our first folder. Now we are ready to create our first Microsoft Word file. There are two ways of creating the file. You can navigate down to the Start button, which is at the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. You can left click. You can navigate to the top of the menu to your applications. You can find Word and double click and it will open up. There's your Word document. I'm going to just navigate out of this to show you the second option. Once again, top left hand corner to the X button and click, and it takes us back to our desktop. You will notice that there are shortcuts on your desktop. So I'm going to use my shortcut today. I'm going to double click on Word and document will open. You'll have a few options. I just want a blank document, so I am going to double click on blank document. And there we have our first Microsoft Word document open, ready to be typed. I'm going to type what I need to type, or training, introduction to computers. Great, so that's my document created. Now I want to save my document. I navigate to the top of my screen. I find the bar. I go towards the left and I find File. I left click on File. This will take me down to a menu. I look for the Save As button as I want to name this document myself. I double left click. Now you remember we created the folder ABCD. I'm wanting to save the file into that folder. I look for ABCD, which is right on the top. I double left click, and you'll notice at the top you will see Documents ABCD. This will tell you that the file will be saved into that folder. I now click onto the bar and I can type award training, or whatever it is you want to name your folder. You navigate to the right hand corner and you click Save. Well done, you've just saved your first Microsoft Word document. To close my file, I move my cursor to the top right hand corner to the X button. I click and it takes me back to my desktop. we've learned how to navigate our desktop, how to create a folder, MS Word file, and how to save the file, let's learn how to copy, cut, and paste files. The first thing we're going to need to do is look for our folders. There's two ways of doing this. You can go down to your toolbar at the bottom of your screen and you can look for your shortcut, this PC. Double left click and your menu will appear. You go to Documents and you will see all your folders listed. As you can see, the folder we created earlier, ABCD, is at the top of the list. Now to show you the second option, I'm going to navigate out of this. You look for your X button at the top right hand corner and you click once, it takes you back to your desktop. The second option would be to go down to your Start button in the bottom left corner. You left click and a new menu will appear. Find File Explorer. Double left click and your screen will appear. Now look for Documents, double left click, and once again your list of folders appears. Our ABCD folder is right at the top as it's listed alphabetically. Double left click to open your folder and you will see our document Award Training. Double left click on our folder ABCD and you will see our MS Word file that we created, Award Training. Now if I decide I want to copy my file, I left click once to highlight the file. I navigate to the taskbar at the top of my screen. I look for Copy and I left click once. I then look for Paste and I left click once. And my file has been copied. If I decide I don't want the file that I've copied and I want to rather cut it away, I once again highlight the file by left clicking once. I navigate to the toolbar at the top of my screen. I look for Cut. I left click once and this will cut my file. I now decided I want to put it into another folder I created earlier. You will notice there are some arrow keys on the left of your screen. Click on the left arrow to take you back to your folders. Now I have another folder here that I have created called Action. I want to cut Award Training and I want to paste it into my second folder called Action. So I double left click to open the file. I then navigate to the toolbar at the top of my screen and I look for Paste and I left click and I've pasted the file into my new Action folder. Now let's see if the file is still in my original folder. Double click on ABCD and you'll notice the copy has now moved out of ABCD and into my Action folder. We have now learned how to copy, cut and paste files.
Right, I hope you all enjoyed that, and I'll see you for your next unit standard.
The sun keeps calling, and I've been chasing early.